You are listening to a Daydreamers podcast, and we are the Daydreamers. I am Erin.
I'm Kayshana.
And a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. And Kayshana, what are you doing to make yourself happy? Yes, baby, happy.
Feliz. Is the poor gonna be bilingual like her auntie? But, oh, also, y'all.
Okay.
Are you just trying to make? It's a mirror over there, so we be checking.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. So what I'm doing to make myself happy, and also, like, man, I'm just ordering my costume piece by piece. My hoop skirt came in today.
Did you ever tell me what you were going to be for Halloween?
No.
You're not telling anybody?
Maybe. My partner knows because he's part of it. I get to do a couple's costume this year.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You say partner.
Partner.
Why are we saying partner?
Because I prefer partner.
Versus
not having a partner.
Okay.
Well, not over nothing. I mean a partner. I want a partner. I require, if there's any kind of thing, there's a partnership. It's a requirement that there's a partnership. So
mm-hmm. Will there ever be a title such as like boyfriend, girlfriend, those type of titles ever? Will you ever use those titles again?
That's there, but I find partner to be more inclusive of what it is that you are to
truly.
Me. Yeah. Partner. And then also partner. Because partner. You know?
That was one of the things I said to Larry last week. Last week when I said I had a conversation with him and he got pissed off and canceled our romantic dinner. We still have one. We just didn't have it at home. One of the things I said to him was I needed a partner. And because we are husband and wife, and then, but with that being said, and we are parents, and, but like sometimes you just get caught up in what you believe are the duties and roles of the title you have.
Right.
And so I'm just out. For me, without just like saying everything, like I just told him I needed a partner within the home. He takes care of us. He provides in that sense, okay? But I was like, I need a partner. And I chose my words carefully because everything I say to him, like I really wanted to come from a place of love. And prior to me saying this, having this conversation with him a week ago, it would have come from a place of anger and frustration, and that would have never solved anything.
Look at you being mindful and intentional with your words.
Right, and that was
like
before,
an adult person.
And that was before therapy. But after therapy, I'm able to articulate it. Now, did I articulate it in the best way possible? Probably not, but a whole lot better than what I would have before. But I never said anything to him before, because definitely during that first year of my baby being here, because I was angry I was suffering. I've said before, I was suffering. I didn't know it, but so much anger and frustration within me. And I said, if I say anything, it's going to come out horribly. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how to say what was on my mind.
That's a learned skill,
But with that being said, with you saying partner, that's one of the things I said to him. I said, I need a partner. I don't need a husband.
On a partner. That's right. I need
a partner in the things that's happening within our family and with our daughter and just with us together. I need a partner.
That's a requirement, and I'm very grateful. I think everybody pretty much wants that, even though they may not have like the language to put what it is that they want into words. But yeah, you need somebody to, I don't want to say stand in the gap, but like stand in the gap. It's kind of like puzzle pieces. Mm-hmm. The things that I'm not necessarily good at, or things that I would not necessarily prefer to do, and vice versa. Stand in the gap. Yeah. Fill in the gaps. And the same way I fill in the gaps for you is partnership. So if you're not able to do something, then I'm going to do my best to make sure that's done, and vice versa. So it's just being considerate and things like that. And I feel like that means a lot more than boyfriend, girlfriend. And then that also makes me think of high school.
Girl, okay. So I've said this on the show several shows and years ago, but like I never told this to Larry, but if he listens to the show, then he knows. I had gotten to the point to where I was calling him my friend. Because we have been to, and not, if this wasn't to downplay our relationship, because we had been together, but like I said, Larry and I had been exclusively committed in a relationship for I want to say 8 years, 8 years, something like that, before, by the time we got engaged. So that year before we got engaged, like, I had just started referring to him as my friend because I'm 29 at this point, and it's like, I just didn't want to be saying my boyfriend.
I want to have another show.
I just felt like I just didn't like saying boyfriend anymore. Not to say that he wasn't, but I was just like,
I think I want to have another show. We'll have a show about something, because something on Facebook came up. You mentioned the amount of time for your engagement, and then also
she's drawing in my Eric Jerome Dickey book.
She's like Chasing Destiny. Wait, which one is that? I don't know. That's the first title that popped in my head.
I stole this from
not the Eric Jerome, and rest his soul.
The Eric Jerome Dickey.
You know, we lost him a little bit ago. Well, at least it seemed like a little bit ago.
Bookshelf over here. Go in your bookshelf.
And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I would hope, like, in a friendship. Yeah, a friendship is. I would hope that your partner is also your friend. We've had that convo. I've had that convo before. I had just got through having kind of that conversation. And a lot of people think, no, this is not the episode for it. Maybe this is what this is today. But I had something else planned, y'all. We can still touch on it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think, like, oh, your partner or your person. Some people just say, that's my person or whatever. That could mean a lot of different things.
Right.
You know, your best friend could be your person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. But a lot of people think, like, do you think that your person, your partner, or your husband or spouse has to be your best friend?
Okay, so my thing with that, I never considered Larry my best friend. And I talked about this before on an earlier show, and it could earlier than like maybe 2-3 years ago, I don't know. But my friend Monique refers to her husband as best friend. She'll say like, oh, that's my best friend. And like, you see people always talking about, oh, I married my best friend today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about those people who are like, I married my best friend today. I'm more so talking about like I said, people like my friend Monique. She dated her husband just as long as Larry and I dated. They got a year longer. They got married a year before I did. They had a baby. They got pregnant. And then 2 months later, I announced I was pregnant. We didn't plan it. But anyway, but she, all that to say, like, you know, they've been together for a really long time. And she says, like, her husband is her best friend. And I was like, I just never called Larry that. And I was like, well, maybe because of how we started. Like, we started with, I've said the story, him hitting on me and me being like, oh my God, he's so cute. You know, so I was like, I've always been in a state of crushing on him or like liking him. Mm-hmm. And so that's just me. And then also, we hung out together when we had them 3 years of college things, you know, but like it was always like a I like him type of thing. I'm crushing on him type of thing. And like when we hung out, I was still like liking on him. Like I've always looked at him in that space. As the years have gone on, especially now, like I like hanging out with him. Like I love hanging out, going to the bar with him and like drinking and, you know, like just chilling out. Like I don't really know what's happening on the game. Like I've educated myself to an extent to have a conversation with him. Now him and my mama, like they like besties when it comes to the football and analyzing and all that stuff. I'd be like, okay, y'all want some more drink? What are we doing? Salsa and margaritas?
Jalapeno poppers.
Right.
That's me. Oven.
So, but I've always looked at him like that, and I don't know how he looks at me, but like I do enjoy spending time with him. I like hanging out with him, but I've always looked at him. So now I can be like, oh well, yeah, you know, like Larry is a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. He is a friend, and but I still wouldn't say like he's my best friend. I'm about to wrap this up, but like also there are times I'm like, I wish Larry and I had started off as friends instead of like him asking about me for a year and a half and finally busting up and getting my number and me being like, oh my God, he's so cute. That's the dude that's been talking about me. You know, like I wish we did have a period where we were just straight up homies, like straight up friends, because I don't keep in touch with them now, but I had a couple of guy friends that I would consider close. One of my close friends, or not necessarily best friend, but definitely one of my close friends, I don't keep in touch with them no more because
respect.
Yeah. So, but I wish we did have that element in the beginning.
We could talk about that, too. I guess this is a relationship episode. Because,
I guess. That's where it's headed?
I guess so, because we kind of got into it. But I think that your partner or your spouse does not have to be your best friend. And a lot of people believe that. There's like a lot of people saying like they gotta be.
And see, I start looking at myself funny, like, why don't I call my husband that?
Yeah, but see, society will have you thinking.
And boyfriend and best friend, and those are two different titles with two different levels of respect and meaning to me. So Larry is husband. Ta-da.
But even before husband, even before you get married, so they're saying that they were best friends prior. I don't think that that's necessarily a requirement. I think the requirement is a friendship. They should be a friend to you at minimum. They shouldn't just be the person you're sexually involved with. Yeah, because even just dating, even they should be a friend to you, and you should be a friend to them. Because you never know.
One day something may happen. That person may not be sexually attractive no more. The person may be paralyzed.
It's not even like just about that, but a friend treats you with common decency when they're not receiving something. That's what a friend is. So
I guess I was leading
if you're not, able to provide whatever it is, or they're not able to provide on those intimate parts of that relationship, you should still be a friend.
There should be a foundation.
That's
what I was leading to. Like, there needs to be a reason why you still like this person outside of the
you
fact
should like them, right? Because and that's what happens a lot of times. I think is that like, oh well, they don't even do this, or he didn't even consider this, or she didn't consider that, or oh well, if I can't do this, she don't even want to come around, or he doesn't want to come around, because that's not your friend. They need to be your friend.
I said throughout definitely the pandemic, but that pandemic year we had several hurricanes come through South Louisiana.
That was wild.
And so we had a lot of we felt the effects up here. So our power was out a lot. We were in the house a lot. We even had that snow. The horror was born at that point. But we were snowed in at a point in time. And I just remember saying every single time, every time the power went out, it went out 2-3 times that pandemic year. The ice happened right after that. Like, I just remember saying every single time, I'm so happy that my husband and I like each other, because we were locked in the house for a couple of days together. I mean, like, it might have been 2 days or 3 days or whatever, but even still at that point, if you don't like somebody, they would have been got on your nerves. You would have been like, I can't be here with you. You know what I'm saying?
I think
I was like, I'm so happy I like him and like hanging out with him, because we were in here with each other and the dog, playing cards, just sitting on the couch, trying to catch a breeze, just in each other's space, and it was cool.
I think that's like pandemic and like being snowed in and things like that. Those will definitely show you things, which is why they're talking about how many divorces came out of the pandemic and things like that. But even just looking at divorce rates now, if you are not somebody's friend and you don't like them, y'all married, but y'all not gonna stay married long,
right?
And
if you got married for the wrong reason.
And then also you could go in liking somebody, because people change. We are ever evolving, and people can evolve into someone you no longer like as a person. And you could do that too. Like, they can no longer like you as a person, you know, whatever. But excuse me, you guys got to at least like each other enough to like be a friend. And friends are considerate. Friends are, they care about each other's well-being, mental, physically, all kinds of stuff. And if they're not doing friendship things, or you're not doing friendship things, then, you just kind of maybe look at what your expectations are in that relationship, or whatever, the partnership or whatever. I don't think you can be a partner without being a friend. Because if you're not my friend, I feel like that's like friend is bare minimum, doing bare minimum stuff. Girl, I saw the gleam from that mirror. I thought it was over with.
Okay, wait. Let's move the mirror.
We're gonna pause for the cause. Just a second. Like, she was using her folder as a purse, and I like her innovation. Like, she's a very innovative thinker. But yeah, like, I just think you got to be a friend. Like, yeah, there's attraction, and it's like, that's awesome. Of course, that's that works. But you gotta care about me, and I gotta care about you. How you doing? Did you eat? That's a friend. That's part of friendship. That's not even romantic. That's like friend. I give a fuck about you. You know? Like, and most of the stuff that I see and hear that comes across through TikTok, because, you know, I'm not really out here like that. And I've had experiences before where it's like, it turns out at the end of the day, when you deny someone a certain access to you and they completely stop talking to you, or maybe they're mean to you or whatever, that wasn't your friend, because they were only in it for what it is that they could receive from you. And that's not even necessarily have to just be like sexual or, you know, whatever. Same thing for other people. When you stop being able to give somebody whatever that thing is, and they no longer want to like communicate with you, or they no longer have a certain access to you, that was never your friend.
Right.
Ever. And you know, that goes for all kinds of relationships. I don't know what you get.
It's crayons. I already knew what it was. I was just trying to see where they were at.
I saw your face, like you was just like
but she ain't bothering us. She is, but she ain't. But carry on.
Yeah. So yeah, partner. Yeah. I prefer that. And I prefer that title, and I prefer that title on all levels. You know.
I like it.
I'm just saying, and you get it because you just explained.
Yeah.
That was a long ass like thing. We just kind of got into it.
That's fine. We were talking about what makes you happy. What else did you ever say what you did to make you happy?
I said my Halloween costume is coming.
Oh, the Halloween costume. That's what. Like, it is.
That's what's making me happy. You get to
have a couple's Halloween costume.
I'm excited because I never got to do that before. So super
just never.
Excited.
If you feel comfortable answering, just never, or the person wasn't willing, or just never.
I just never got to do that before.
Okay.
Not for any reason. On my side.
Okay.
Also. Yeah. So it's whatever, you know. Sometimes people just aren't into the same stuff you're into, and that's cool.
That's
too.
cool.
That
sometimes
part,
you can bend a little.
But you can. You know, when something's important to your partner,
right?
You try your best,
which is why I be there for all the Tom Brady stuff.
You know, even though you might not even fully know what's going on. You know, you try your best.
I'm there. I tried to learn. I learned the lingo a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Go sports.
I tried. So y'all, the Southern and LSU West game. LSU West. Oh, my bad. I'm from Shreveport. The Southern and LSU game is today in Baton Rouge, right? So I called Larry before we get started to be like, "Hey, babe, you know, we're getting ready to record and put my phone on Do Not Disturb." And Kayshawn on the background, like, yeah, have fun. Go sports.
Something. I don't know.
Because she said, because I don't know, but have fun with it. I support. Go football.
Just know I'm rooting for the HBCU because LSU still has murals of enslaved people picking cotton on the campus. So, yeah, I hope they lose. Yeah. Take that shit down.
It's a party out there. That's what I'd be going for.
Take that shit down. Why is that? Take that down. Take it down. Anyway,
I've only been on LSU campus like once, and that was for I had two friends. My friend Whitney got her master's degree in the same day for her graduation. In the same day, our friend Brittany was getting her bachelor's in something chemistry something.
Way to go.
So that was the only time I was there on the campus. And like
educated.
We were running, literally went to Whitney's because they have the ceremony. LSU is so big. They have various ceremonies going on at the same time for the various colleges and stuff. So we were over here with Whitney, and then we were like, we got up and yelled and did our thing. Woo! Whitney!
Had to run over there.
Woo! Okay, now I'm texting her like, okay, girl, we're finna go see Brittany. We haul ass across campus. I got on boots that look so good, but they hurt. Haul ass across campus to find Brittany. Get there in time to see her.
Wait. Whitney and Brittany?
Yep, Whitney and Brittany.
The twins?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I know them. Never mind. They're cool people.
Brittany's been on the show. When we did, like pandemic year probably. Was I pregnant? Not pregnant? I don't think I had a baby. Monique didn't have a baby either. Oh no, she was pregnant because she was like, "Don't tell nobody." I'm like, "Girl, we ain't who cares?" I mean, we care, but why would I say? Anyway, pandemic year when BCC did a live, when we were doing live stuff, Brittany was on my panel. When we did the live through. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All that to say, Brittany been on the show. But yeah, so we hauled ass to over there till Brittany got her, I don't know, chemistry. She does something with science. she's very science. She's a chemist, and
she is science. Brittany equals science.
She has her whole like science camp thing she does in Shreveport and everything.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Yeah, she's
I
really
don't know
dope.
her, but she's
she
amazing.
She used to teach like in China.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Did she teach chemistry in China? Or was she teaching English in China?
Yes, ma'am.
Either or. She was over in China teaching. She had a wonderful time.
I support that, man. You better
but yeah,
go ahead.
She's really dope. She has
That's
amazing
beautiful.
natural hair. She has a really big old booty.
She just keeps winning. She just keeps winning.
Yeah, she's really dope.
You
Anyway,
go
hey,
ahead.
Brittany. So, yeah. Okay, but anyway, what were we talking about? Anyway, let me talk about what I did to make me happy.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. Boom!
Ha! Come on,
For the people
fall.
that are watching on YouTube, you see that color in my
Go ahead
hair.
with the autumn.
I colored my
Let's
hair. I've been wanting to do
go.
it for so long.
It's beautiful.
And Shakitra hooked up my hair. I love the color. I'm gonna do it again. I'm scared of bleach, so it's a copper. So I'm scared of bleach, so I'm doing just like the temp colors and stuff. I'm just gonna get it redone. I get my hair done.
Okay, what is it called? Demi? A demi?
I don't know, but I used, what brand was it? Something with dark hair, only dark hair, something
Dark and
like
Lovely?
that. No, it's called like the brand is like only for dark hair or dark hair
Oh,
only.
I don't know.
I got it from Sally's. Anyway,
Never mind. I don't know.
Just let me go to Sally's and get it. I think it's called Dark Hair Only. That's the brand. But
Well, it
so yeah, the
That's for
top
sure.
is popping. Now I only got 2 bottles, and so the bottom, and so we end up running out. So she did like a rinse for the ends, but I get my hair retwisted every 8 weeks. So when I go back, we're gonna like really concentrate on like the ends and things like that, because I want my whole head to be copper, not no tint, not no hint. Boom,
Copper. There were copper colored ponies.
Okay.
There was air that smelled like rain.
I'm gonna hold my little baby up. She had her first hair appointment today.
She's so
And
cute.
she's so pretty. She got her hair braided.
And she did
So,
good.
Yeah, she did. We didn't do the beads because the beads I got were too big. She needs the itty bitty beads.
Oh,
Girl, she's been overdue for a nap. I told you I was putting her down when you pulled up, but then like
look her little face.
But her she had a poopy diaper, and then you pulled up, so she overdue.
Oh yeah.
She normally would be waking up right about now if she was at daycare. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I did to make myself happy. Got me and my baby's hair done. So we cute, girl.
It are. Y'all look amazing.
So what's got your head in the clouds?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween. All things Halloween. Okay, so. All right. So. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's time.
Yes.
Can't find a corn maze to save my freaking life.
Is it too early for the corn mazes?
You know what? Maybe it is. But the
might
corn
be.
should have grew by now.
But they may
Like,
not have
they-
the maze ready.
But it don't have to be ready. I don't have to go now. I just need to know it exists. And nobody nobody has a corn maze right now. Like, I can't find a corn maze. I know where the haunted house is. I don't normally go to that. Somebody wants to go. And I already told him, I said, well, look now, okay? We can go. But you are not allowed to speak of this night past 24 hours from that night. All right? Because I'm going to go. And I'm going to shame myself. I do not fare very well in any type of haunted house. I do not. I'm an embarrassment to myself and my ancestors. And I just prefer not to go when it comes to those type of situations. Something's going to happen. And it's going to be out of the ordinary. Every time. Yeah, so those of y'all who are local and who are grown, y'all probably remember this thing called Edge of Madness. It was actually located in the middle of nowhere in Calhoun. I think they got closed for they closed. I think it had something to do with tax evasion or something. I don't know. I really don't know. Allegedly. I don't know. But it was in the middle of nowhere. They had people chasing you with chainsaws.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. This was before you even got in. You wasn't even in there good. You was in a parking lot. And then you go and you stand in line. I thought I was, the big cousins asked me to go. I was like, oh shit, the big cousins are including me in things. I want to go. I'm cool. Fresh out of dance practice. with my jazz pants on. If you danced, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, fresh tie-dye dance shirt. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. My favorite jazz pants on, you know.
You peed in them?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
I don't know. We're not that much up in the bed now. Now, look, I wouldn't even talk about it if I did that. But, like, you know, you go, and we're there, and we get in line, and then the people with the chainsaws come out. And some kind of way, how come when the people with the chainsaws came out, why I'm in the front? Why am I in it? Like, why am I in the front? Why am I a human shield at that point in time? You know, I think that's a little fucked up. So, of course, as anybody would do if somebody's coming at you with a chainsaw, you're going to try to evacuate. Right. You're going to flee the scene. You're going to shake the spot. Right? So, everybody, we shaking the spot, right? We going. We ain't even got our tickets. We have not even paid for our tickets yet. Running away. People with chainsaws. I'm running, and I run, and I trip over something. I get hit in the shin very hard, and I could not understand what exactly happened because I ran behind a truck. Guess what? The truck had a boat attached to it, had a hitch. Didn't see it. It was dark. I don't know. I still got the scar on my leg to this day. Yeah, that was part one. Part two, let's talk about how went to a haunted house. That shit happened in the parking lot. Fucked up my favorite jazz pants because they had a gravel parking lot, hole in them. You know, I'm upset, but I'm like, damn, you know, those the breaks. You know, that's what you pay. You know, you want to keep your life or your jazz pants. So I decided I want to live. Yeah, I wanted to live. So I ran. I fell. We're not gonna talk about the amount of times that I fell, like a certain type of person in a scary movie that keeps fucking falling every time. But them knees gave up every fucking time. I don't know what it is about it. So finally get back in line. You know, they go away. We go away. We're like, oh my God, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, you know. So get the tickets, go in. More scary people. Haven't even made it into the house yet. There were 3 houses. There were levels. We picked level 1. I wasn't going to be able to take level 2 or 3. So we get ready to go in the house. You know, we're in line. We go in, and there's like a dude out there being himself with these things on, and he like tries to get us. Everybody runs forward. I run back. Okay. So because I ran back, I attempted to run back because as I was doing so, there was a pole, right? About yay high.
Goodness gracious. Kate.
About yay high to the neck. You know why I know it was to the neck? Because I clotheslined myself. And I fell completely back. Like I was out. Like it was just like run, try to turn around and run, immediate clothesline, ground. So much so there was concern, and the guy like takes his mask off, like, oh my God, are you okay? He dropped character. And I'm like, you know, clearly the breath was knocked out of me. Nah, I couldn't breathe. The wind was gone. It was gone. And I was embarrassed, of course. My jazz pants had a hole in them. My shin hurt. And now I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe now either. Oh my God, the memory. Sheesh.
Get you some water, girl.
They held me up. You know, I look around. My family gone. They left me.
Of course they did.
They was gone. Them niggas was gone. And matter of fact, Brittany, Dominique, if y'all ever listen to this, I'm naming names. It was Brittany, Dominique.
And she ain't forgot.
And I think Kelly was there too. I really think it was Brittany, Dominique, and Kelly. And y'all can text me if I'm wrong, but I really think I'm right. But just know I paid for that haunted house and never made it in because then I was like, you still want to go in the house? And I was like, why the fuck would I want to do that? And I ain't say that I was in high school. I wasn't cussing. Yes, I was. But I was like, why would I want to do that? I don't want to do that. But moral of the story is I'm going to go and I'm going to be embarrassed. And you're not going to be
I don't do
allowed to talk about
haunted or scary.
You don't? No, what's your reason?
I don't like it.
Oh, well, yeah.
I used to hate when I got to a certain age. I hated Halloween because I was always scared because they always did scary stories in school.
Well,
and so I literally hated. I could not wait for Halloween to be over for Thanksgiving to come because I was so scared. I would have like nightmares and stuff. And who was it? The headless
Horseman?
Scared the
Ichabod Crane?
Yes, that
Ichabod
scared
Crane.
me to death when I was little. But then I got older and I wasn't scared of it anymore. This is really like elementary school like years. And because like when you're a little kid, they don't do a lot of scary stories because you're little. But maybe like second, third grade type thing, they do scary stories. Maybe
like Casper or
like
Casper
but
the
it was
Friendly
definitely
Ghost.
like elementary. I'm not gonna say I was scared in middle school, but I like Halloween because like I like dressing up and having fun and all that type of thing.
Oh, sweet baby.
Yeah, she didn't pass. She couldn't take it no more. So yeah, but I don't do anything scary. I don't do scary movies. I learned a long time ago not to do a scary movie. I don't do it. Don't do it at all.
They used to. My tortures. See, my cousins. I was trying to say cousins, but I said tortures. My cousins used to torture me. Okay, because I was real scary. I'm so oh no, okay, Shauna, you can't watch this. To this day, I ain't never seen Candyman. To this day, like, see, you see what I mean? Not an old one, not a new one. Never. Couldn't tell you. I just know. Probably the first 10 minutes. They let me see the first 10 minutes. They're like, "Oh no, you too scared. You can't watch this." And they send me up, and then somebody come up there and like fuck with me, like y'all are so knowing I was scared. Like they would like let me watch like a quarter of the movie, and they'd be like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Well, it's too late now, you know." Too late, though? Yeah, they would like let's go in the bathroom and play Bloody Mary, and then some cousin would be in the shower, and like Tony and Darion. Look, I'm naming names.
You pissed?
Well, not really. I'm just. Well, maybe, damn it. Like, maybe I am. I don't know. But, yeah, those are the scary things. And that wasn't even Halloween. That was just life. Shit. That wasn't
I don't do anything scary.
I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
I like Halloween because I do like the whole dressing up and stuff like that. Like, I think that's fun. And I'm not one of them people that does Hallelujah night. We even have Halloween.
Yeah, I'm
doing Halloween.
It's Halloween. Like, I've Samhain, whatever they want to call it, Halloween. It's all the same thing.
I'm not doing
and they want to say, people say whatever they want to say about anything, so I'll just leave that there. But I think it's just a grand old time. Not even just Halloween. Fall is my favorite season. I love an apple cider. You know, I don't care for the way pumpkin smells. It smells like butt. But, like, I love an apple. I like the apples. And somebody else just posted, I'm going to ask you, what do you think the superior flavor, if I could talk flavor, what's a flavor? Flavor. What do you think the superior fall flavor is? Pumpkin or apple?
I don't do neither.
You don't like apples?
I'm not a big, like apples, but I'm not a big fall person. I'm here for fall because I get to wear my Docs.
You wear them anyway.
I wore them today to the
Erin will be out here with her calves sweating. And be out here with some shorts. I
have a biking shorts on right now, and I had on some SpongeBob and Patrick tall socks, and I had on my black Doc Martens. I went to a Little League football game today. It was in the grass. The grass is wet, so therefore I had on Doc boots. Yeah. Right, are you trying to come in here? She got all that stuff.
She look a little sad.
So
you don't like fall? She cool. She cool.
No, no, I don't. I don't like cold. Baby? Spring, yeah, yes.
Well, fall isn't cold. Well, you know, we live in Louisiana. Fall is second summer.
It is. I just don't like the fall weather. Like, I like it, like, not today, but, like, yesterday. What day was it? Yesterday, I was on the phone with you and Vitus, and I was like, ooh, I like this. It was the middle of the day. It was probably, like, 76 degrees. I was like, I like this, because it reminds me of spring. I like spring weather.
Yeah. You were like something about the cold.
But the other thing is like, I hate it when it's like this, because I know fall is about to come with me. I love cold. Fall. Like, I don't like that at all.
I like the leaves. This is when I go out into the woods
and take your long walks.
Yes, this is when I go into a forest, preferably a damp forest, like a slightly damp forest. And I'm just out there, you know, inhaling and exhaling and walking.
Well, I'm all for it. If you need some company, me and support, we'll definitely strap up and be out there. But I'm just not. Oh yeah, I'm so ready for the fall and sweaters and
all the time.
I'm ready to have a reason to wear my Doc Martens every day. And I got my first pair last year. I was so happy about it. They're black. I plan on getting white this year.
I tell you what what a lot of us used to do, especially here in Louisiana, like who actually like fall. And it wasn't even necessarily, I don't think for most people it was about fall.
Oh,
I
and
think for
cowgirl
most
boots.
people
I'm ready
it
for
was
that.
the boots. It was the boots.
I'm ready for the boots.
It's boot season, and we used to
That's
try
it.
to make it be boot season fast, and it'd be hot as hell, and people be out here in these the
boots with the fur.
Yep. First of all, it don't really snow here like that. Why we even got them? Who knows?
Because it's comfy.
We got snow boots.
They're like house shoes for outside.
No, and then I hate it because then people actually do be wearing their house shoes outside, and I'm like, those Airwalks, those are house shoes. Those are, y'all know them house shoes, right? Like that's not
right.
I don't know. Well, there's some, Airwalks has a house shoe that does look like a boot, but it is not a boot. It is a. What does she have? Oh.
So she's heavy now, so just let me know.
She's cool.
She's 27 pounds, 28.
She's a big girl.
Okay, so what has my head in the clouds this week? Everything is a priority.
Oof.
Every single thing is a priority, and because you're always like, well, let me go through my task, my list of things I need to do, what I'm responsible for, what has to happen, and see what's a priority. Right now, every single thing in my life is a priority. I went to therapy last week, and Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And I normally do a write-up for my therapist because life happens. And so I don't want to spend... Sometimes my therapist has things for us to address during that session. And other times it is just like an open conversation, like, let's just talk about what's going on with you, what's in your head, and this and that. So I'll just do like a recap of major things or issues that happen or things that's on my mind, and I'll just write it out, email it to her. So she has the backstory. So when I get there, we can just hit the points, maybe spend 15 minutes on that or whatever, and then get to, if she has something for that day, we get to that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the last 2 times I didn't do it. And so when I was there Tuesday, I was like, yeah, I had some things to talk to you about. That I wanted to, talk about and everything, but I was like, I didn't get a chance to write it down. And I was like, well, wait, what are we doing today? She was like, we're doing this. Go ahead and say what you need to say. And I'm like, okay. But I was just like, I wanted to. I said, but I just never got the time to, because everything is important. And I was like, how do you make time and prioritize things when everything is a priority? And it's like, it's just that trying to find balance. And I feel like I've come to the conclusion that you will never have complete balance. Something is always going to fall by the wayside, not just discarded, but something always is going to fall by the wayside or get tossed to the side for the time being. But I realize now this is just life for a wife, a mom, for me.
That's life for people.
It is life for people. But I mean, like, just for me, prior to this state right now, where I am a wife, mom, and trying to be entrepreneur, trying to be the content person, not trying to be being the podcast person and this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have to schedule and prioritize as much. Like, I was able to make time for everything and everything fit. But now that I have added mom to my list of titles and things and responsibility, like, it's harder for me to do that. I only have so much time where I can do things myself. And like today, this morning I got up because I was like, I'm a pom-pom and I'm getting ready for the podcast and stuff, doing some post-production on the most recent one that we put out. So but Zipporah ended up waking up, and I tried to put her back down to sleep, but like Larry's out of town, so there's not another body in the bed. And so I feel like sometimes she will sleep without nobody being in the bed and it won't wake up till 7, but this time she woke up at like 4. I got up at I took my shower at 4. She was up at like 5, something like that. I had to put her back down, and she wouldn't go back to sleep. Anytime I moved, she got up. So what I ended up doing, I ended up laying back down, going to sleep. So I'm like, even though I have this time right here, like I still can't say what I'm able to do and what not to do, because ultimately it's up to my baby and my family and stuff, but everything is just a priority, and just like trying to balance and not freaking out when you can't balance.
Yeah.
And being okay that you can't, being okay with the fact that you can't always balance it. But like,
that can be very overwhelming.
but everything, like my podcast is a priority, my crowns is a priority, my painting is a priority, like my job is a priority, my husband, my daughter, my family as a whole is a priority, the goddamn groceries is a priority, cleaning the bathroom is a fucking priority. Like every single thing is a priority.
If you can just get things done that you can get done,
yeah,
and be okay,
yeah. Like I
and I know that sounds a lot easier.
It's easier said than done, but like, and it takes some practice to get like that.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have a new crown. I spent yesterday, Thursday morning and Friday morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock. I was up. I was doing this, but like I haven't been able to make a new crown in so long. And I was like, I have to do this. I need to. First of all, like
for
I need
you.
to, because I just need to do it for me. Like I just want to sit back. This is also how I relax. I like doing this. I like to relax. This is how I relax. And then I also want to, like, I want to put these out for purchase. Like, you know, that's what I want to do. And so, but I was like, I wasn't able to do them other days. You know, I focused on the pod. The pod needed, you know, post-production stuff. I need to get the social media ready for the podcast and this and that. I need to, you know, like do whatever's going on with my family, the poorest stuff, you know, family, friend stuff. I was finally able to make it to my youngest godson's football game today. I was late, but I got there this time. Last week, I made it out the house by the time the game was over. So each week, I'm getting better and better. But like every single thing is a priority. So
but
like
what you just said, each week you're getting better and better.
Yeah,
it's a process.
It is.
And even in that process, there's no such thing. Like, you're not going to be perfect.
Right.
You cannot do everything.
You can't.
You cannot do everything.
Right.
You can just do what you can.
And, like, in every day, I'm like, okay.
And be honest about what it is that you can do, though.
Yes.
You know, because, you know, like, well, I can't do everything and you end up not doing anything. Like, that's not,
like,
you know.
Zipporah has some stuff going on with the dance company she's in, and you know, like I want to participate with my baby. Well, I want my baby to participate, which means I will be participating.
Right.
But I was like, they have the whole homecoming thing with the dance group, where they have like a flag football game and they have a court and everything and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like they really do it up, and you know, parents, you can sign up to play flag football. You can sign up to be on the dance team for like the halftime show, or a cheerleader, you know, and you got this, and they got like, we got church one weekend or whatever. We all go together. We wear our dance shirts or whatever. And I was just like, they were like, you know, reply back to the emails with like, if you're going to church, how many people are coming, what dancer you're with. If you're going to be doing the homecoming stuff, what are you going to do? And I was just like, oh, I want to sign up. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even
don't even
I'm not even I didn't
yourself.
sign up for anything. I said,
You know.
if we're able to go to the homecoming festivities, you know, just to even watch the game, we'll go and just be in the space.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to commit to being a part of anything, because
you got a lot right now, and it's the power of saying no.
And
it's okay to say no and giving yourself permission.
I mean, it's her first year. She's only 2. I mean, not even 2 yet. She'll be 2 next month.
You don't have to do everything. Not only like can you not do everything, you don't have to. You can. It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, well, I'm not gonna get to this today.
Yeah.
Like it's and like the thing about it is like, because whether you say no, whether you say no or whether you give yourself permission or not, it's not gonna get done. What changes is the way you're gonna feel about it.
Right.
So, you know,
keeping a positive mind, but also with that is just having
it's not even like, you know, it's just keeping a realistic mindset.
Okay.
You know,
the support system is what I was leaning to, because like even just you, like I know this, and I've said this to myself to where I'm okay making myself be okay.
I'm gonna lay her down because she's very warm and she's putting me to sleep because it's not about. I was like, I'm getting sleepy. I wasn't even sleeping before y'all. You ever like held a baby that was like sleeping and they warm and they just sleep and snoring in your ear? Don't you want to go to sleep too? Because this baby is breathing little tiny baby breaths in my ear with her tiny little coughs, and she's just sleeping so peaceful. And I'm like, I know y'all saw me close my eyes a couple times. I was like, I wasn't even sleeping though. Her little blankie. It's okay, baby. You got charisma. Erin is a mama, y'all.
But anyway, having a good support system helps with that too. Just like Kayshawn just keeping it real with me. Even though, like, I know this stuff, is still good to have somebody to just reinforce and just kind of put.
We know things, but we forget.
Yeah, and then
I think that's everybody, you know.
Yeah, I was talking to Vitus yesterday about some art stuff or whatever, about my crowns and everything, and he told me something that I already knew. Basically, just like focus on your craft. And I was like, because I was saying like I want to make some Halloween crowns, but I was like I don't know about making them and then nobody buying any. And then he was like, look at all this work. Now Vitus is the Louisiana Artist of the Year. He's like, look at behind me, and he's in his studio, and he's like, I have all this work behind me. And he's like, what am I doing right now? I'm creating. Just keep creating. Focus on your skill and your talent. If you focus on the money and people buying, then
you'll never make
never
anything.
do it. He's like, just focus on creating, and all of that will come. But you just need to create. And I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, I know that.
That's a part of that stay ready thing we were talking about.
Yes.
Because if somebody comes to you, like, we'll take my stuff right now. If they wanted a show, and if I didn't like make stuff because nobody was buying things, man. I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't be ready.
You wouldn't be ready.
It wouldn't be ready. And that's a part of it, is like having an inventory. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, just have it. You don't care if it is like this something like you made like 3 years ago or whatever. Like but it's there. It's ready. Right. You know. So, and then also you need things for you. And I love your earrings, by the way.
Oh, girl, hair
Those
store.
Are gorgeous.
Yes.
We just get to talk about hair store earrings.
I went to the hair store yesterday to get some stuff for me and Zippy, and boom, I saw these. I was like, oh, girl. I wasn't even in there for earrings. I was in there for headbands because I'm going to change my headband I'm using for my crowns. So I was like, let me test them out on these headbands I saw, and I was in there to get some beads for us, and I just passed by and I saw these earrings, and I was like, oh, give me that. Gotta
so
have them.
So freaking cute.
Right.
Oh, Nugget. She's so precious. Her little allergies are whooping her tail off.
They are.
So I guess, are you done with what's got your head to class?
Done.
Where were we for time?
We've been on for 52 minutes.
Oh my god!
But I mean, it may not be 52 minutes though.
I was gonna talk about the thing I actually wanted to talk about today is black people and like when people are dead and how you speak about it. We just keep it. I mean, we ain't under contract. So we just keep it. We just keep it. And this ain't gonna be long.
Okay, because that stuff normally is like an hour 30.
Yeah, it is. This ain't gonna be long.
Okay. All right.
We didn't edit this at all. That wasn't a jump cut. No.
So yeah, y'all, it's been a long week and we hadn't really had a chance to talk. So okay, the thing I actually wanted to talk about what the fuck
today
is my wine?
Oh hell no!
Oh, it's just the cork. Okay.
Fiber. Look. A topic that I wanted to talk about. Like, we kind of got off in a little bit in a different direction, which is cool because you know that's what we do. Right. And I think organic conversation is always better than planned.
Right.
Anyway, y'all.
I'm just so ready for Kayshawn to get to a place where she have a baby because she just loves everything about this.
She's
about babies.
So cute. Have y'all seen her little toes? Like,
see what I mean?
They're little, and she has little fingers, and they have like little dimples. Like, she's so cute. Like, can you like what? Anyway, that's a tiny Erin. So the thing I wanted to talk about while it was fresh. I guess it's a not so fresh topic. Elizabeth II died, right? Mm-hmm. So she died because she dead, and people had a lot to say about that, as you know, one would think, because you know, whatever. The thing about it is there are a lot of black people, or let me not even say black people of African descent, as well as people of Irish descent, who just and it's not all of them. It's some white people and some African Americans too, who we just don't have the best things to say about her passing. So I wanted to kind of address that, and there's been pushback because of that. So there's been a lot of activity on Twitter and a lot of on other social media platforms as well, of people expressing certain feelings about her passing, and then people kind of coming at them like, hey, why you saying this, she's dead, da 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 da, you shouldn't speak like that or whatever.
You shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah, and like
why is that? Why don't you speak ill of the dead?
Look, so
they can't,
Karen, and I'm
probably
gonna say her name incorrectly. Her name is Karen Attiah, last name Attiah. She has a blue check mark because she's important. She tweeted, she said, Black and brown people, excuse me, Black and brown people around the world who are subject to horrendous cruelties and economic deprivation under British colonialism are allowed to have feelings about Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with that. But people get mad. That's the thing. You are allowed to feel how you feel. If you were negatively impacted, oh my God, this sounds like a class action lawsuit. If you were negatively impacted by Bayer aspirin, then call such and such, such and such. No, but if you were negatively impacted by her ruling, people died. I'm just saying, lives were changed forever, and there's a ripple effect, and shit is still going on as a result of some of her decisions.
I really don't know much about, I don't know nothing about her other than her name. She been there for a long time. That's it. I don't know anything about her.
Someone else said, Wesley Laurie said, the death of a person seen as a near deity by the white political ruling and media class, but was also at one point oppressive ruler of something like 30% of the global population, is going to provide an excellent example of the subjectivity of straight, it's in quote, straight news reporting.
I did see where someone said, or it was news or something, that like the British Empire did not invade 22 countries. There's 22 countries that the British Empire did not touch. Look, there's a lot of countries on this planet.
And then not even just...
Did you see Amanda Seales and her mom? Because Amanda Seales is her mother. They're from Grenada. What is it, Grenadian?
I don't know.
Okay, well, they're from Grenada. And so her mother was in I guess England, London. I don't know wherever her mother from over there, from Grenada to wherever the queen was or whatever. I don't remember which colony, but I want to say she was over there. And then she came to the States. Amanda was raised in the States, but she was on her live and she was like, "Mommy, tell everybody like how it was when y'all had to be out there for the queen." Amanda's mom was like, "Yeah, they used to make us go out there and stand all day and wait on that woman. We had to sing the, what is it, God save the queen or God bless the queen." She was like, "Yeah, we had to do all of that." And then Lord, like up under all the comments, it's several people that are from the islands or have like their families from the islands and everything, and they're talking about how they had to do that, or how their family talked about how they had to stand out there and wave at this woman.
And nobody fucking liked her. And then somebody else was like, "Remember that you don't have to be respectful today for a person running an institution that killed millions of people abroad, and which until recently banned Black people from working around the queen." Just saying.
I ain't know nothing about her.
Yeah, because we don't live over there. But the thing about it is, you cannot tell somebody how to feel.
No, you can't.
About things that happen to them.
That's their experience.
Especially with things that happen to them by a person that wasn't you. I mean, even if you were the person who did it, you still can't tell me how to feel about it.
Right.
But the thing I'm getting at is like the pushback about people having expressions and saying, some pretty colorful things. I've not said any of those colorful things, but if you care to know, you can go on social media, girl, and check those things out. My thing is that kind of reminded me of like this thing that we have in our culture, like you said, don't speak ill of the dead, or things like that. As African Americans, like we pretty like, especially a certain generation of African Americans, they don't play that. That's what you're not finna do. It didn't matter how shitty the person was.
Yeah.
What they did. They could have molested 17 kids in the family. They could have did this, but what you're not gonna do is talk shit about them after they died.
Right.
Why is that? And is it and then what is it? It's not really talking shit if it was the truth.
It's speaking unpleasantries.
It's facts. I mean, it's just unpleasant. Like, we didn't make them do X, Y, and Z. We didn't make her say all this shit. Or we didn't make Uncle Remus, you know, like fucking do the shit that he did. Or everybody knows such and such was a crackhead and they used to steal. And that's why we can't keep a DVD player now. Like, you know, like, you know, like, what are you supposed to say?
Right.
You know, when reflecting on this person, it's not even really just their life, because no one can speak to someone's life as a totality. We are only parts of other people's lives.
Yeah.
But with your experiences, like you said, that's your experience. That's what happened. They didn't even know feelings. This nigga did this.
Right.
Or she did this. Or, you know, whatever. They did that. So what is it with us with that?
Girl, I don't know.
Have you ever caught yourself like not saying certain things about people who passed?
I will say no, I haven't. I was trying to find this post. I think it was on, I don't know, I can't remember which social media blog site it was on Instagram. I was trying to find it because
is that Kodak Black? My name's Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
I can't find it, but they were talking about this professor. This school gave us a statement like, "Oh, what she said, we don't
condone. It's not our
what
opinion."
She's saying, and she was just running down like
she did this. Yeah,
you know
and
exactly.
This,
I can't pronounce the woman's name. I can't even remember.
Me either, because she's not Ghanaian. What is she? I'm not sure.
Her name is not.
She's from Africa.
African American.
Yeah.
It's very.
She's not from here.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I can't find it. And I remember just commenting like.
And her family's directly.
Does she care what the university? If she cared what the university had to say,
the university
she would have never said it.
Has to make it clear that, you know, like, hey, she's saying that ain't us, dog. That's them. That's her.
She said that on her own personal Twitter account. I can't even find it. I don't even know
and
said,
I think she can rightfully do so because she was directly impacted by it. Her family, her people, her nation. Those are the people who can. You like, come on.
I will say this. I can't recall off the top of my head me not wanting to speak ill of the dead, but a conversation came up about a mutual friend of ours and their partner, and I was saying like, oh, you know, like I was telling Larry, like our friend was saying something about like she found out that her partner had been cheating on her like after he passed away. And Larry was sitting there and he was like, well, I ain't finna say nothing about this man. And I was like, sir, do you know something? I ain't finna say nothing about them. That ain't my business. I ain't finna speak on this man. You know, he ain't want to speak nobody else talk nobody else business.
But mostly because
the man has passed away.
Right.
And I'm just like, so you knew, I'm like, so you heard of things and this and that? Because I didn't know. I wouldn't know. My ears don't beat to the streets. My ears be at the house. Okay. Even before I was somebody's mama, I wasn't. I mean, I knew who I knew. I didn't know gossip in the streets. But yeah. So, but I just remember that instant. And then like I remember when Kobe passed away. So my husband is a big Kobe fan. Kobe and Tom Brady. Is all this what the Davenports are about, okay? But when Kobe passed away, there was some postings that I would see on like social media about people talking about like being triggered and things like that because he had the allegations some years ago about
rapes.
Yes, raping someone. I was gonna say sexually assaulting.
Rape.
Okay, raping a young girl. So Larry was like, why they talking about that man bringing it? And I was just like,
because it happened. It was a thing that occurred.
It was.
It was a case.
Yeah. And so he was just kind of like, y'all, they just bringing up this stuff. He just over there.
It was a part of that man's life.
Kobe is also like it's God, Tom Brady, and Kobe in our household.
He still was a good basketball player, but that still happened.
But for me, I'm over here like, well, he did have these allegations and things like that. And did he deny sleeping with the girl? I think he probably denied rape, but I don't believe he denied sleep. I don't know.
I think they ended up settling or something.
They probably did. I don't remember. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. But there were definitely allegations, and I was like, that could trigger like some people out here when they were sexually assaulted by somebody famous, or even somebody that they got to see on a regular basis, and that's celebrated. It's some girl or boy out somewhere being triggered and traumatized because they are constantly running into that favorite coach that everybody loves. But this girl or boy is just like traumatized, triggered. You know what I'm saying? Because they were assaulted by this person, and and so therefore they may see something like a famous person dying, but he had these allegations that could trigger that person. You know what I'm saying? So they had a lot of stuff out like that during that time period. But that's not really speaking ill of the dead. That's just speaking of a fact that happened. Maybe not bringing up somebody's business, but
it's not anything that's hidden. That's the thing. It's literal history. At least when it comes to.
But in some cases, this is with living in dead. People are like, why are you bringing up old stuff? Like, we didn't move past it. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
If that's the point of not bringing up old stuff, everything is old when you dead. What we talking about then? We supposed to be talking about your life, right? Are we reviewing it? We're stuff. Thinking about
that's what
the highlight reel.
Yes,
highlight reels are not necessarily all good things. These are just notable parts of your life that happen.
Yeah.
So that's like a thing. I think it's optional if you choose not to participate. You can like not participate. But this whole thing of like acting like stuff didn't happen or like people didn't do shit after they died.
You don't think
that doesn't do anything for them?
Presidents that passed away, some people are like, oh my god, other people are like, fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, so something happened to me, somebody's gonna have something negative to say about me,
of course, because we've all negatively impacted someone on this planet. Some of it big more than others, but it's happened.
Girl, I know our church member had passed away, and my friend Monique was like, oh, did you hear about how sister so and so passed away? And I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, she ain't like me. So girl, what you got? And I just kept right on talking. That woman, now as we got older, she would like, hey, how you doing, this and that, but like younger, she
was
acting like she didn't care for me.
We've all had negative experiences and also been the causation of negative experiences for others. My thing is like, ain't nobody making nothing up. Now if you get to making stuff up, I think that's wrong. I think that's like foul.
Right.
But if you just saying stuff that's like accurate,
right? I guess because like maybe that person isn't there to
did happen,
defend themselves. Maybe,
but like, then you shouldn't talk about anything at all because they're not there to defend themselves, right? If we're gonna go off their principle,
I guess.
That whole thing about not speaking ill of the dead is like something I was looking at. That's what I was doing. I was trying to look it up to see exactly
where it came from.
Yeah, it was like some Greek thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah. So,
why do these black Christians be acting like it's Christian?
I don't think that's biblical.
I don't think it is either, but I'm just saying.
I don't think that's
for it to have Greek origins. Everybody be quoting it.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm saying Greek. It was a philosopher.
Oh.
It was a philosopher, and I don't know. I think that just made me like think of that. But like, it's a philosopher saying like, but everybody had a different experience. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, whatever, And speaking truth is not the same thing as speaking ill of someone.
Right.
Can we like actually discuss that? So, Uncle Lenny or Auntie Bethany or whatever who used to abuse her kids, or Uncle Lenny who used to abuse his kids, or Uncle and Auntie Bethany ain't never say nothing. She knew this stuff was happening the whole time or whatever and never did anything about it. What is ill about saying that actually happened?
Right.
That's not saying, oh, she would, that's different than saying like she wasn't shit and this. That's different. And she might not be, because that is some ain't shit behavior. But
I saw a clip of a news clip, and it was basically like, was this person wrong or whatever? Because this news reporter asked a woman, I believe she was from England. She got that accent or whatever, or one of the what was I finna say? Colonies. One of the countries.
Girl, because colonizer. That's why you were about to say it. Because colonizer. I can't wait for Black Panther to come out.
They ruled over or whatever. But anyway, she was like, the reporter was like, so how do you have any feelings, that type of thing? And she was just like, I don't really understand people's obsession with the monarchy, and I'm not really a big fan because as of she's done X, Y, and Z as of recently. Maybe it might have been with racial stuff or just some things she might have done or supported or didn't say anything about or whatever. But she was like, yeah, I don't really agree because I don't agree with what she did in this case and stuff like that. And so some people were like, oh, it was like somebody retweeted that and was like, you could have had some class or whatever. And people were commenting like, what did she say that was? But what did she say that was wrong? Like, other than the fact that she doesn't have any
she could have been like, man, fuck that bitch. That bitch ain't never did no shit like that. Like she didn't.
Offense, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she was just like, yeah, I don't really understand the obsession with the monarchy. I'm not really into the monarchy. I don't understand I'm not gonna say understand its purpose, but that's kind of how she was. Like, I'm not really into the monarchy. I don't understand the obsession with it. And Queen Elizabeth was this, and that. And I don't really agree with some of the things she was doing in this aspect and as of recent days.
And let's not even talk about all the shit she stole from these other countries.
Did she steal them or was that before her? I'm asking.
Some of it is, but so here's the thing. Even if it was before, why you ain't give it back? Why you ain't give it back? Why you ain't give it back? You know it's stolen. You know it's stolen. And yeah, it was shit she stole too. You know. Somebody was like,
how much pull does the monarchy have?
It's a monarchy, girl.
But all of it. They don't rule the country no more. They have like a whole government system, though.
It's all of it over there. That's what a monarchy is.
No, I didn't think they had that much pull anymore over like government and stuff.
Man, they are the government.
Don't they have like a whole I don't know.
That's the monarchy.
I really thought they had like
somebody was like,
what's the prime minister then? What's his role? What's the prime minister's role?
It's her, and they're appointed by the queen. It's a monarchy.
I don't know nothing about that place.
It's a monarchy.
I don't know nothing.
That's
about
the point of it.
Look, I learned world history back when I had to. After that, I was like, I passed the class. I'm out. I don't know nothing about them people over there.
A news reporter said, as an Indian Canadian, I'll be sad about the queen when she gives us back our diamonds. It's that system. It did like a whole bunch of.
Well, yeah, they did.
Yeah, like
I'm not saying they didn't, but I don't know nothing about them people, and I don't know anything about her. I feel like there's better looking kings and queens and princes. To join. Maybe I don't understand why they're the most notable. I don't understand why they are the most popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cuter people out there. Ain't none of them people attractive.
I mean, and we can also talk about that. That's like, I think that's also another episode. I do want to have an episode on pretty privilege and why, people.
I'd rather be if it was just on like looks and stuff like that and money, and I'd rather be one of them.
But that's a part. That's a part of it in general. That is like a pretty privilege. When people are more conventionally attracted, they garner more sympathy. That also applies to kids. Kids who are more conventionally like cute, they don't get punished as much. You know, that's why a lot of little black dark skinned girls, they get punished a lot.
But like, okay, you know what?
That's like a whole different episode. It is, though.
And I was getting ready to say, but I don't. But that's me, because you think I got a dark skinned man on accident? I was like, please let my baby turn out looking like that girl off She Gotta Have It. The remake of She Gotta Have It. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about.
DeWanda?
Yes.
Wise?
Freaking beautiful.
I think that's how you say her name.
But the star of She Gotta Have It.
I got the DeWanda part.
She's so freaking beautiful. I was pregnant rewatching that show, and I was like, oh, let my baby come out looking like her. Just give me a chocolate baby, please. But I will say this. Now Zipporah is high yellow, but I will say this, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be like, I'm really happy. I'm happy my baby is pretty, and not pretty because she's a little kid. You know, some little kids are just cute because they're little kids. Like, my baby is pretty, and I'm happy she's pretty.
She is. She's gorgeous.
Like, she's pretty, and I'm not saying this because I'm her mama. Like, she's a pretty kid. She's a pretty little girl. I am happy about that. There's
like this. So there's like a list of like the 5 worst things that the British monarchy has done. So they, like, during the Second Boer War, that's Boer, I'm sure I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, they rounded up a sixth of that Boer population, which is black people, it looks like. I don't know, I can't tell, everything's in black and white, but either way, which is mostly like women and children, they're brown people, and put them in concentration camps. Yeah. Then they had the Armor Star Massacre, which is when peaceful protesters defied the government, aka the monarchy, and a monarchy order, and demonstrated against the British colonial rule in Armor Star, India. This is in India, which is why the reporter was talking about that. They were blocked inside and fired upon. They massacred those people. Partitioning of India.
Europeans ain't shit. Let's just go ahead.
Well, no, I ain't gonna say all of that, but I'm just saying this is all under their rule. These are their orders. Like, this is what they, you know, they hate us too.
Exactly.
And by us, I mean like black people. Like, you go to Spain, like they do not like black people.
They don't
you know, so they did the border. What is that? They uprooted like 10 million people in India. And especially like Hindus in Pakistan and Muslims in India, they were forced to escape their homes. And there was a lot of violence. The Mau Mau uprising, thousands of elderly Kenyans who claimed British colonial forces mistreated, raped, and tortured them during the Mau Mau uprising. That was in the 60s. Yeah. And they were seeking damages. I don't know if they ever even got their damages, if they got their money. I doubt it.
I saw something on social about
there was literal famines in India
about like how the queen has some big humongous diamond, like I don't know this.
I believe it probably came from Africa.
Yeah, it did. But they were just like that diamond, mining that diamond alone caused X amount of deaths, X amount of whatever. That's why they call diamonds like blood diamonds and stuff. And
because they're dying, like literally trying to get them.
People like to get lab created diamonds.
Or just get moissanite. It doesn't.
Well, I'm just saying they don't want diamonds because what people go through. For you to get this diamond, so many people had to be in war, killed, whatever, to get this diamond, for this diamond to be mined.
And diamonds are not even like anything that go up in value. So let's just be smart.
Like I told
when
Larry,
it comes to financial decisions.
I be sending him moissanites. Like I'm cool with a moissanite, like, or a gemstone or whatever, or a lab created gemstone. Like I just like a big look, but we not spending diamond money. Like I'm cool with a moissanite.
So between 12 and 29 million Indians died of starvation while it was under control of the British Empire, as millions of tons of wheat were exported to Britain as famine raged in India. They literally took that food from them people and let them die.
Girl, I forgot what country.
So,
one of them islands. They were like when the king passed away. They were literally out there like dancing. It was like a festival in the street.
Because
was it Ghana?
And then like
I can't remember what country he said it was. If it was a colony or one of the African countries, but they were out when the king died. They was just out there getting it, just celebrating in the streets.
The thing is, like, all this stuff is happening, and like when you are in that, and even if you were not a part of it when it did happen, you have the power to undo some of the things. Like even as simple as giving these countries, like giving them their stuff back, you know, colonizing, colonizer, colonizes, colonize. Well, I say like it was a fragrance. But like, you know, even if we look at like, and I think this was the French, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure I have my facts together. Okay, so you've heard of Sarah Bartman, or like Hottentot Venus, or Sarge. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. Her last name was Bartman, Miss Bartman. No,
it's not ringing a bell.
Oh, whoa! We need to have a Black History episode. But like y'all, if y'all have not heard of her, which look her up. Basically, they took this African woman. She was from.
Maybe I have.
They took her and basically made her a sideshow attraction because she had because she had a big booty.
I know what you're talking about.
And I want y'all to think about how this is reflected in today's society, especially in the early 2000s and shit. A black woman as a sideshow attraction because of her ass and titties and hips. Yeah, well, it's not really a picture; it's an illustration.
I think I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly.
So after they used her up, basically, they didn't stop profiting off of her there. They then took her body and used it as a side attraction.
When she
like they cut her genitals off. Yeah, put it in jars. You know, they took her remains and just did stuff to them, like ungodly things. And they kept it. They kept it. That her body was not returned until like recently, basically.
The French kept her body,
and I believe it was the French. I'm trying to make sure.
Where did they?
I'm trying to make sure.
To where?
To Africa.
Well, I mean, like what country in that?
Girl, I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm trying to look it up to see.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I know. I didn't recognize the name, but I knew exactly what you were talking about.
I really feel like it was. It was because it was in a museum in Paris.
Why?
Exactly, because black women, we are an oddity. We are something to be fucking looked at and continuously profited off of. We're things.
They hate us, but they love us.
What did I tell you?
That's what it is. They love us so much and they hate us.
And what Paul Mooney say? Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Who said that?
Paul Mooney said that. Rest his soul. Look, now that's how you honor.
Okay,
but like nah.
Everybody her remains down with us until some black shit happened. That is definitely true.
Her remains were returned to South Africa in 2002. That's bullshit. It 2002.
What her remains was still
in a museum in Paris, so white people can look at it.
I don't understand.
Cause like, oh look, a black woman's vagina. Yes, here, something to be seen. Yes, of course. But that's just one example of like stuff and things. Speaking of that doesn't have anything to do with the dead part, but across my Facebook feed, Louisiana Travel decided they wanted to advertise. They thought that I would be a person to advertise the Myrtle Plantation to. If you are not
back it up. Back up. What did you say?
Louisiana Travel thought that I would be an ideal candidate to advertise visiting the Myrtle Plantation.
Why the fuck?
I'm going to the. So I click on it.
For fun or education or what? Like, not for fun.
Nigga, it's a bed and breakfast. There's a restaurant in there. So I learned all of this because I was like, I know the fuck you like. Why did you think I would want to do this? And I look up and it says sponsored. And I'm like, oh, it's because I'm in Louisiana. Maybe that's what they think. And I said, let me see what this comment section hidden for. I already knew what it was going to be hidden for. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually got married at this beautiful place. And this is what I imagine old girl voice sounds like. And then I'm like, who the fuck would be proud of that? And I go and I look at her profile page. And, of course, it's a whole bunch of conservative things and anti-gay shit. And, I'm like, well, first of all, I saw no black people in the comments, period. Yay or nay, whatever. Like, I didn't see anything. And I'm surprised.
Girl, I had already told Larry. You know I told you white people love Larry. Like, they love Larry. Well, one of his... Ryder, come in here and sit down and stop whining. Girl, so like they love him, and one of his coworkers that he was really cool with got married, and before we even got the invitation, I was like, if they wedding is at a plantation, we ain't going.
I'm not doing that shit.
I was like, we are not. He was just looking at Larry, was just like,
it's at a fucking plantation.
I said, if it's at a plantation, we not going. I'm not shucking and jiving on top of my ancestors. If I do anything on top of my ancestors, it's like we are holding something.
Important generation. It's a celebration.
It's in remembrance. It's a fundraiser for some blacks. Like, it ain't shucking and jiving to have fun with, like, no, none of that stuff. If we in there having fun, it's because like I said, it's like some sort of like remembrance type thing, and it's good times in that sense. I'm not finna go to no goddamn wedding.
My thing is,
on top of my people. So
I commented, I said, may the spirits of all the ancestors that were forcibly enslaved and who faced ungodly terrors there, ... Well, you get it. Because Facebook will fucking ban you or give your account a thing. But you get what I'm saying. There's some people that are definitely...
the spirits rise.
They're in agreement. And then people like to go to Myrtle because it's haunted. Of course it's haunted. How many people you think was fucking murdered there? Raped, tortured, terrorized. But you want to get married there. And my I don't fucking know, Louisiana. Like, well, yeah. So like my thing is like that. All of that shit happened, and this family, these white people, that family is still profiting off the backs of those enslaved people. Still to this day benefiting. You still benefiting. Like, and it's a lot of other systems and things that are in place where that is the case, but specifically these plantations. Right now, we got a plantation in Monroe. It's going to get turned into an Airbnb. I guarantee you none of those profits are going to the lineage of any of those people that were enslaved there.
No, absolutely.
No, of course not. You know, you just going to keep profiting. You just going to keep winning off our backs, right? Or the backs of our people. Like, why? Girl, I ain't gonna say why,
but I don't know,
because it's who you are. It's colonizing. That's what it is.
We ended up missing that wedding.
Of course you did.
But not because I mean the dude was cool. You know, like I said, I met him before. It was like him and Larry were cool. I don't remember where it was.
Oh,
but
no.
we ended up missing it. We didn't go, but I couldn't remember where it was. So I never got to find out if it was at a plantation or not. But for whatever reason, like, I think something happened, and we just, like, we were like, oh, his wedding's coming up, and then it came up, and then,
yeah, I forgot.
You know, it just slipped. Like, I didn't write it down or whatever, but, I mean, that's Larry's friend. But yeah, I just told Larry, I was like, if it's on a plantation, we are not going.
And they think that shit is so cute.
Do you see anybody get married at them damn concentration camps?
No, you do fucking not. No, you don't.
There's nothing beautiful about that shit.
There is nothing. Here's the thing: is if I see a tree that's too old in the South and it's twisted in a certain way, it immediately causes some sort of physical reaction in my body. Like, how the fuck? I ain't gonna say how. I know how, because you don't give a fuck. You know, you don't give a fuck. Oh well, it's just Southern. It's gentilly. It is just, you know, it's a place. It is historic. Of course, it's historic. But what is it historical for? Did you forgot?
If you do a tour, and you use the plantation for educational purpose, and you speak the real about it. Okay.
I don't care if you're doing that. You're still profiting off. Unless the profits are going toward the lineage. If you are in, there's a black-owned plantation, and it's near New Orleans. So if you want to actually be educated and learn and not go and bed and breakfast, we're gonna stay in the servants' quarters. What the fuck? There's no servants, bitch. They were slaves. What do you what? They was getting raped all the fucking time, tortured. They were forced to rape their siblings and sometimes their mothers. What the fuck? But this what you want to sleep in. This what you want to be around, because it's just somewhere to be.
Girl, why?
Right?
I was listening to another podcast, and it's 3 white girls. One's from the South.
Oh, my fucking God.
No, it's not bad.
Oh.
But the one from the South was like how they were at
I was at an immediate no.
Some years ago. I'm trying to remember. But what the point drives down to, she was like, they were like little cabins in the backyard, and it was like, she was like, these are like the slave quarters. She was saying it in a sense like, this is fucking weird. Like, she was talking about it in that sense like, this ain't, like, it wasn't sitting right with her or whatever. That's how she was talking about it. And this is a white woman from Georgia, and she's about our age, and she was talking about like, oh yeah, like these people we know, like they had a wedding and they had people here and they had people sleeping out in these little things out here, and the girl was like, but these
you can't say
quarters? Like, that's how she was talking like that, and it's like, hell no, this is bullshit. Like, that's how she was talking. But yeah, this was like some years ago that she was telling this story on her podcast. She was like, this is bullshit. No,
I think it's the I really feel like it's the Whitney plantation. I think that's what it is. That's the black owned. There's also a black owned one in Alabama. But anyway, don't do that shit. And I think it's the Whitney. I tried to look it up, and that's what kept coming up, is the Whitney for Louisiana. And I think it's actually it's the only former plantation site in Louisiana with exclusive focus on slavery generations of Africans and their descendants. That's the only one. Everybody else wants to put a bed and breakfast in a restaurant and have weddings. Fucking weddings. Somebody was having something.
I don't.
And I got an email invitation to this event, and it was like for the arts or something, and it was at a plantation. I was like, what the fuck do you think I'm finna come to this shit
and hang out
and look at all y'all? The fuck I look like? Like, I'm not about to do that. But if you want to learn more, I suggest going to the Whitney Plantation in Louisiana. You can look it up. It's literally whitneyplantation.org. Like it says, it's the only former plantation site in Louisiana with an exclusive focus on slavery. Generations of Africans and their descendants were enslaved here to establish and maintain indigo, rice, and sugar crops. So you get to learn. That is actually educational, and it is nonprofit. So it's not some continuously racist white family, because you cannot tell me that there's no, I don't give a fuck what you say. If you're still upholding it and you haven't, and you're still benefiting off of it, the history of it, I can't. There's nothing you can fucking say to me about, oh, well, I voted for Obama. Girl, fuck you. And fuck you too, boy. Whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't care how many fedoras you wear, how many scars, or whatever the fuck, or how much you like listening to Lizzo, and how much you stand for Beyonce and say, yes, queen. I don't care. You're racist.
And there you have it. There you have it.
Yeah, I got mad a little bit. So thank y'all so much for participating and listening to my ramblings and rants. It's important conversation. We have been all over the place today.
We have. We actually did have a topic.
We did. But like, you know how we go. And I think y'all kind of like it. Thank you again to everybody who listens. If you guys would, please leave us 5 stars on iTunes. Also rate us on Spotify. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube as well. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
And hit the thumbs up button. If you are watching on YouTube, I'm still doing that weird thing. I had to put the microphone right in front of me, and I still did it. Also, email us your questions at a Daydreamers Podcast.
All that stuff.
Yeah, email us your questions, comments at a Daydreamers Podcast. At gmail. Yep, at gmail.com. We do want to really start that question section, but we can't do it without y'all questions.
Right.
I'm just saying, and we're not finna sit here and make up questions.
No, I'm not doing that.
We don't have the capacity.
I already do so much creative work. I cannot ghostwrite for y'all.
No. I need to finish that story. Anyway, look.
Right.
Okay, so I started. That actually might be something. I started this series when I used to work in prison. It was specifically dictated to
when you worked for a prison, not when you worked in prison.
I did work in prison.
You were in the prison.
Oh, well, I wasn't in jail.
Right.
But I was in jail.
Got you.
Don't fuck with me. I'm just kidding. No,
those were some dark days.
You playing, but it was.
No, I'm not playing.
Oh my
I'm not playing.
God.
I was there right there with you because I talked to you on a daily basis.
Woo!
And those days were dark.
Those days were very dark and odorous. So anyway, I started a series. It was specifically for like my kids, but it kind of spread it out. And it taught them it taught them new vocabulary, but it also talked about things from their perspective, from this fictitious prison with other fictitious characters, but the certain situations were kind of parallel. And it kind of like, hey, consequences, actions and consequences and shit, stuff like that. It didn't cuss in it, but it had some relevant things. And it also had it incorporated some current music artists and like TV shows that they like to watch, things that would pique their attention. How like you're reading the Eric Jerome Dickey book and it's talking about Khaleesi's milkshake played in the background and yeah, like that. Yeah. So they really enjoyed it, and I think I did about 4 chapters, and then I quit the job. Yeah. So I think I should probably finish it. I think so.
You know what? I got some stuff, some literature I want to get on paper. I wrote my first poem. If you head to our website, you'll actually see that. If you click on Kayshana's bio, I wrote that poem about my dear friend. But I have some literature that I would like to put on paper. It's been in my head for a while. I just don't have the time to sit down and do it. But someday I will. I really want to put it down on paper and put it out there in some shape, form, or fashion. But yeah. You got any highlights?
Any
church announcements, bulletins?
But a memory came up on my timeline. that I would kind of like to share in light of the things that we were kind of talking about.
Okay.
I'm not going to do the whole thing, but it's by Miss Toni Morrison. And if you know where it came from. So I'll just do a couple of lines.
Okay.
If we're going to end with that. In this here place, we flesh that weeps, laughs, flesh that dances on bare feet and grass. Love it hard. Yonder they do not love your flesh. They despise it. They don't love your eyes. They just as soon as pick them out. No more do they love your skin on your back. Yonder they flay it. And oh, my people, they do not love your hands. They only use, tie, bind, and chop off and leave empty. Love your hands. Love them. Bye.
And we're out.
Girl, that was from Beloved.
Okay, so don't put my black card, but I've never read any of her books, but I know who she is.
But you saw the movie, right?
Well, yeah, I saw the documentary.
Yeah. No, the movie.